Hello students, I hope all doing well. So today in this video I'll be discussing one CET question of limits chapter. So let's get started. Before starting this question, let me tell you a small trick, okay? If they have given you question of the form limit extends to infinity f of x by g of x. Here function is of the form p by q, right? This is a rational function, right? Here x is tending towards infinity. If they have given question of the form extending to infinity and function of the form p by q, that is rational function, then what is the value of this L? So to find the value of this L, we will apply some tricks, okay? Before applying tricks, you need to know few important things. Here f of x and g of x are algebraic functions. First of all, what do you mean by algebraic functions? Linear function. So these are algebraic functions. Linear function. What do you mean by linear function? In the class I have taught you about linear function, quadratic, cubic, polynomial functions, right? So linear function means a function of a function whose degree is 1 is called linear function, right? Degree means highest function. Degree means highest power, right? So a function whose highest power is 1 is called linear function, right? F of x is equals to ax plus b. So this is a linear function. See, its degree is 1. Now coming to quadratic function. Quadratic function is nothing but a function whose degree is 2. ax2 bx plus c. So this is how we write quadratic function, right? Now cubic function, a function whose highest power is 3 is called cubic function, right? Here you observe the power of x is decreasing, right? Cx plus d. Here x power of x is decreasing, right? So remember, if the highest power is 1, then the function is called linear function. If the highest power is 2, then the function is called quadratic. If the highest power is 3, then the function is called cubic function, and power of x is decreasing. Okay. Now coming to polynomial function. So a function whose degree is n is called polynomial function, right? Whose highest power is n is called quadratic function. First, what you have to do here is first write highest power. Here highest power is n, so I have written x power n. Then what I have told you, x is decreasing, right? So if we have power as n, then reduce the power by 1, okay? So you will get x power n minus 1, x power n minus 2, and so on up to x power n minus n, right? So now write here a, b, c, d are constants or real numbers, okay? So I am writing here first constant as a. Here we have power, in the power we have n, right? So in subscript you write an, okay? Here an minus 1, here an minus 2, here n minus n means 0, so write 0 here. So this is a polynomial function. This is how we write polynomial function, okay? A function whose highest power is n is called polynomial function, okay? Identity function means a function whose input as well as output are same is called identity function, right? Here input and output should be same. See, here input is x and we have got output as x, so these two are same here, right? So this is identity function. So these are all algebraic functions. Algebraic function is nothing but it should contain variables. First point is it should contain variables, and coefficients should be whole numbers, and power should also be whole numbers, okay? Power shouldn't contain fractions. So these this is about algebraic function. First, it should contain variables, okay? Then coefficients should be whole numbers and power should also be whole numbers. Power should not contain fraction. If it contain fraction, then it will not be a polynomial, okay? So if it is not a polynomial, then it is not a algebraic function, right? So this is all about algebraic functions. Here f of x and g of x are algebraic functions. Now let us assume degree of this function f of x as p. Degree means the function, the power of f of x is, the highest power of f of x is p here, okay? Again, degree of g of x is q. Let us assume degree, highest power of function g of x is q. Let us assume as function of highest power of function g of x is q, that is degree is q, okay? Now if degree of f of x is less than degree of g of x, then L value is 0, okay? Please remember, if the degree of function f of x is less than degree of function g of x, then the value of L is 0, okay? This is first condition. Now coming to second condition. If the degree of f of x is greater than degree of g of x, then this L doesn't exist, okay? Now, so what is the first condition? If degree of f of x is less than degree of g of x, then L is 0. If degree of f of x is greater than degree of g of x, then L doesn't exist. If degree of f of x equals to degree of g of x, then the value of L is coefficient of highest power of f of x divided by coefficient of highest power of g of x, okay? If the degree of these two functions are same, then the value of L is coefficient of highest power in f of x, coefficient of highest power in g of x, okay? Now let me sum up. First, if they have given x is tending towards infinity and function of the form p by q, then what will be the value of this L, okay? Right. So here f of x and g of x are algebraic functions. Algebraic function means it should contain variable, the function should contain variables, coefficient should be whole numbers and power should be whole numbers, and it should not contain power as fractions, okay? So please remember, it should not contain fractions in power, okay? So this is about algebraic functions. So if the degree of this function is p, okay, and degree of this function is q, okay, if degree of f of x is less than degree of g of x, then the value of L is 0, okay? If the degree of f of x is greater than degree of g of x, then the value of L doesn't exist, okay? If the degree of f of x as well as degree of g of x are same, then L value is coefficient of highest power in, this is numerator, right? So I am writing numerator, okay? Numerator. Next, coefficient of highest power in denominator, okay? So this is the trick. Now let's solve some problems. So here is the first problem based on this trick. Evaluate limit x tends to infinity. See here, x is tending to infinity, first condition. So x is tending to infinity here, and ax square plus bx plus c dx square plus ex plus f. See, it is containing variables and power is whole numbers, right? Now so this is a function f of x and this is a function g of x. This is of the form p by q, f of x by g of x, right? So, and a, b, c, d, e, f are constants here. Here it is containing variables, powers are whole numbers, right? So this f of x and g of x here are algebraic functions, okay? So now we have to apply the trick, okay? So observe here, now degree of f of x is what? So here highest power is x power 2, highest power here is 2, right? So degree of f of x, that is p, degree of f of x in general is p, here p value is 2, right? Again degree of g of x, see highest power is 2, right? So degree of g of x is in general is q, here q is 2. Now observe, here p is 2, q is also 2. P and q are equal here. So if p and q are equal, we have to apply which condition? So the condition is third condition, right? We have to apply third condition here. So what is the third condition? Coefficient of highest power in f of x divided by coefficient of highest power in g of x, right? So now observe here, highest power is x square, coefficient of x square is a here. So a divided by g of x is this one. So highest power in g of x is x square, coefficient of x square is d, so d. So the value of L here is d. So limit value, L means limit, that's all. Limit value of this given function is a by d. So d is the correct option. If p and q are equal, then limit value is equals to coefficient of highest power in f of x divided by coefficient of highest power in g of x, right? So this is what I have applied, that's all. See, simple trick. So here is the second question. Here instead of x we have n here, okay? So don't get confused with that. So limit here n is tending to infinity, okay? 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on up to n divided by n square they have given. So what is the formula for this one? If they have given 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on up to n, so sum of n terms. So what is the formula? N into n plus 1 divided by 2, right? So in mathematical induction they have taught you the formula of sum of n terms is n into n plus 1 divided by 2, okay? In denominator we have n square, so put n square here, okay? Now limit n tends to infinity as it is. Now multiply n square plus n into 1 n divided by 2n square. See, now see. So now n is tending to infinity and function, this is one function generally f of n. So here instead of x we have n, so f of n and g of n, okay? See, powers we have variables, see power we have variable, we have constant. So this is a algebraic function. So this is of the form p by q, right? This is a rational function f of n by g of n. Here n is tending to infinity. So we have to apply the trick, okay? So here p is nothing but degree of f of x, right? So here p is, degree means highest power, right? So highest power here is 2, right? So 2. Again q means highest power in denominator. So highest power in denominator is 2. See, P is equals to Q is equals to 2 here, right? Now also P and Q are same. Apply the third condition. Coefficient of highest power in f of x divided by coefficient of highest power in g of x, right? So this is highest power in f of x. So coefficient is, if there is nothing, that means 1, right? So 1. Coefficient of highest power in g of x. In denominator, n square is highest. Its coefficient is 2. So we have got 1 by 2. So option A is correct. I hope you understood this. In the next video, we will discuss few more questions related to this trick. I hope you understood the trick and problems based on this trick. Thanks for watching.